think there's an alternate move.
Yeah, I think let's go to here. So this would be the game line then?
Right. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. What address do you have?
Still not there yet.
Oh, okay. From the 5 stones is getting to be a pretty big handicap, and you can't be competitive by playing as conservatively as this in a 5-stone game. From White's perspective, you have to play at least with this kind of speed. The same 3 moves invested, but now you're claiming a side instead of just a small portion of a side. That's the only way that you're going to be able to compete. From Black's perspective, in this game, Black is far too interested in getting eye security for his groups and not focusing on what he should be focusing on, which is to build large structures so that he can take a dominating position in the game. For example, this area here has become kind of a small area. It's certainly not putting any pressure on White. If Black wanted to avoid some pressure on his own stone, he could just start to make a structure here. Or even better yet, he could play here. And if White comes in over this way, now Black can just make this whole quadrant his structure. What you want to do on a handicap game as Black is you want to keep White defending. As long as White is defending, you're winning. If White stops defending, when the instant White stops defending, you start losing. And so you want to keep White weak and defensive. It is true that the territorial advantage is such that if Black doesn't lose any large groups, Black is probably going to be able to win a territory game. However, by not pressuring White and making White defend, you maximize the possibility that you will lose large groups. As I said, as White, I kill groups with eyes all the time. And so in through here, Black's negative approach here, just trying to get a little bit of security from having a small bit of territory and eyes, is exactly the wrong way to play. There's no problems here. If White comes in this area, Black just engages with White and strengthens this group, and there's no difficulties. But in through here, see, these moves are almost off the board. They may give Black the value of a certain degree of local security, but they are, for the rest of the game, off the board. You compare them with what I suggest here. See, this move is influencing this area. This move is influencing the center area. The area of influence of this move is this box, something like this. In comparison, the area of influence of this move is this box right here. You can see the difference. And now Black is again defending this group. Okay, good. Whoa. So what would I want to do as Black here? Back over to here. Let's pass that because Black is have the problem of the move we played originally. But this area, I'm not so interested in this area. I'm interested in these stones. Are these stones stable or secure? Black wants to attack those stones. That's what Black wants to do. So instead of playing here, even though you're giving White a little something, how about you play here? You see, by leaning on this side, you develop strength, right, putting pressure and influence on these White stones over here. What does White do from that? If White permits this, does White play here? Well, let's just do this. Does White want to come out? Fine. White is defending, white is losing. You get your opponent defending, and you've already won the game. The instant he stops defending, you start losing. See, you just make white defend these stones, and you don't have to kill him. But white is still short of his security here. What does white do now? Play here? Well, let's do that. Kind of like getting a tentative linkage across here. At this point, black could make a choice. Actually, what if we just lean on these stones a little bit? And notice, even after all of this, there is still the future aim of this invasion here, so that white does not really own the lower side here necessarily. Something like that, take control and force white into a defensive posture. So we have to go back to here. By invading here, you create a situation where you're on the defensive, not white. Now, you can take the territory away. It isn't necessarily that terrible. But you have an easy way to just start steering this game in black's direction to a win. From the tactical standpoint, you answer this move by standing. I've seen twice this move being answered over here. That's virtually never correct. If you look at this box of 6 points, this is one of the things about Go that's very difficult is I'm presenting you with many different logical structures for different parts of the game. You have the strategic part of the game, you have the tactical part of the game, you have all kinds of things. What's going on here is the micro game. Inside this box of 6 stones, the exchange of this stone for this stone is a substantial plus for black. He has one group with 5 liberties. White has 2 stones, 2 groups, each one of which has 4 liberties, one of which has 3 liberties. This is a very advantageous position for black. You see this move all the time for various different reasons. But on the micro level, this is a plus for black and a negative for white. So you don't like to play it unless there's a good reason for it. From black's perspective, there's nothing to be afraid of here. This is a weak shape. White is essentially saying, I'm going to give the stone up. I don't know what Mr. White's plan is, but you know, let's say that we have something like this. And black can even just nail the stone down if he wants. So black accomplished his objective. He invaded, he converted some of this territory from whites into blacks, and he's been successful. When he plays here, of course, one of the main problems with this is that you can't stop white from linking. I mean, what's the point of having stones there at all if you're not going to stop him from linking? This would be the natural thing for white to do here, is just, you know, take the linkage. And then here, this anyway does have the advantage of preventing black from being sealed in, and it does stop the linkage. But once we get to here, well, why not just connect? And again, white is separated through here, and these stones will probably be dropped. And certainly black out in the center has nothing to be afraid of here. We're supposed to start the next session. Okay, let's see here. And now with this, essentially this has resulted in white's complete success here. He's got some territory, he's linked the stones together, and he's given up nothing of importance. I'm not quite sure here. Again, once you play the stone, you're committed to it. White plays the stone and then just ignores it for so many moves. And then black ignores it as well instead of taking it. And then black tries to link under it instead of just attacking it. I see what's happened. He's gotten nipped off this stone, and he's converted to giving white this power. Now he's afraid of his own stones being weakened. Anywhere